Hey neighbor, welcome back to ARTV. It's time for another episode of my weekly countdown series 7 on Sunday. Today we're going to be looking at 7 songs that I find unintentionally hilarious. Like, I don't think the artist set out to make a funny song, but I can't help but laugh at it. As an artist, I think you would probably want people laughing with you. Not at you, that is, if you even wanted them laughing in the first place.
I love inside jokes. Love to be a part of one someday.
All the songs I'm talking about today are obviously ones that I find to be bad, but maybe they do have some redeeming qualities. I mean, laughter is the best kind of medicine, right? At least that's what my pediatrician that I still go to tells me, but then again, what does he know? He's treating a 28-year-old man and he's a pediatrician. I actually kind of wish that were true because I do miss getting candy every time I go to the doctor, but instead, I guess I'll have to make myself feel better by talking about these hilariously bad songs. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it. Let me know some songs that make you laugh out loud, ones that weren't meant to. I'm not talking Weird Al or The Lonely Island. I'm talking about 7 songs that are meant to be taken seriously, but you just can't.
Take it off, let's just touch. I'm coming down, bring me up. Take it off, let's just touch.
MySpace, a place where friends can meet and talk about Metro Station and all of the other scene bands. MySpace blew up a lot of acts, but one of the most prominent ones that actually had top 40 success was Metro Station. Trace Cyrus was in this band. They did make a comeback a few years ago. Trace, of course, somehow I believe related to like Miley, Billy, that whole clan. Their newer stuff isn't something that I'd treat like a holy grail, but the debut self-titled album, oh man, that was a bit of a cringe overload. Looking back, you can listen to a song like Control, which I featured on the list at number 7, and it's literally an entire song that's trying so hard to set the mood, like, oh, it's dark in here, girl. We're gonna find our way to each other. Who's taking control? Is it me? Is it you? Is it that guy? The whole song is bad enough, like, I'm on the verge of laughter as they're singing the chorus, but that bridge is really where things actually start to spiral. He's talking about, oh, let's just take off our clothes and touch. Could you say it in a more awkward manner? Oh, let's take off our clothes and just touch. Like, okay, you don't want to kiss, you don't want to have sex, you just want to, oh, let's just touch. I'm just feeling so lusty right now. Like, oh, just touch my chest, or you know what, better yet, touch my weenus. Michael Jackson? Nope, it's Patrick Stump. It's Patrick Stump putting on his best MJ impersonation and other doses of the 80s for church, which is actually a pretty badass instrumental of a song, but the lyrics, oh my god, I would never want anyone to ever describe me like this. So all the ladies in the audience, I just feel terrible for you. If there's a man in your life and he comes up to you and says, if you were church, I'd get on my knees, just slap him right across the face, because that makes no sense. Fall Out Boy have always tried to write the deeper lyrics, and over time it's gotten a little bit more questionable as Pete Wentz has rolled out some of these songs, and I think that Church in particular was something where they just kind of shot themselves in the foot. Like, they were onto something. Patrick Stump revealed the demo for this song and said that it wasn't good enough. And I'm like, bitch, it sounds like 1,000 times better than the final product.
Life goes by so fast, you blink and you miss it. But all of my friends get messed up to make it go quicker. Mirror, mirror on the wall, I guess I'm just like my father after all. Yeah.
The bass on this song, fantastic. The bells chiming away in the background, giving off that big cathedral feeling, and the chants, pretty cool as well. I even like the guitars on this track. It's the lyrics that are literally the only thing that I point to as saying, I don't like this about the song. Because while everything else does feel pretty badass, it definitely builds up some hype and tension. As soon as those lyrics come in and saying like, yo, you're holy to me. If you were church, I'd get on my knees. I can't do it. It's a you laugh, you lose, and I just lost.
Swipe on you, chilling by the fire while we eating fondue. I don't know about me, but I know about you.
Puberty. That's a fun thing. Number 5, Boyfriend by Justin Bieber. Now I know some people are like,
You mean his entire discography?
okay, you know what? Not fair. Uncalled for. But Boyfriend? Ha! Let's have a laugh. Let's see, Justin Bieber was like 14 or 15 years old when this came out. And he's rapping, whispering about fondue, chilling by the fire, and he says swaggy unironically. What am I supposed to do with that other than crack the fuck up and just fall out of my chair from all that laughter? His vocals sound so awkward on this track because this was while he was going through puberty and his voice was changing. It was getting deeper, but he was still kind of trying to keep it high. The acoustic guitars feel so forced, and the beat drop and the music video, everything about it, it's just like they were trying to grow him up, or else he was trying to make himself look so much older than he was, and it didn't work at all. People just trashed this song, and to this day, I still think this is worse than Baby. Up next is Two Time, Two Time, Two Time, said 3 times by the 1975. This is a dancehall reggae-tinged pop track with large doses of auto-tune on Matty Healy's voice, and I genuinely think this is the 1975's worst song. Some people are like, oh, it's like so hype if you see it live, and having seen it live, it's just kind of there. It exists, and I do find it funny because of the way that the lyrics come across so nonchalant, like they're supposed to be fun, and the fact that I'm having zero fun is kind of what makes it hilarious. I just get the feeling of like a robot sitting there. Yes, I said it 1 time, maybe it was 2 times, oh wait, it was 3 times, and I lost my damn mind. It's lazy, it's one-noted, it's robotic, it's repetitive, and it's not fun. Matty Healy called this a fun running song, the only 1975 song that he could go on a run to, and I'm like, have you heard the sound? Have you heard Chocolate? You want a good song about girls that's fun? Listen to Girls by your own band. But Matty Healy is really out here running to this song. If I was listening to this song while going for a run, I might just run straight out into traffic.
Come get me, but don't hit me. I smoke weed, so I'm trippy. Get litty, get gritty. Rick Sanchez, get swifty.
Hey Logic, maybe want to not rip off the Red Hot Chili Peppers so blatantly and then try to spin it off as, oh, it's fan service. My fans like the Chili Peppers too. I'm just very influenced by them. You just straight up copied Go Robot and so many of their other melodies and put it to some buzzwords like, oh, get swifty because yeah, you were in Rick and Morty. That's right. Don't remind me about that poor decision on the part of Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland. Logic, my man. At number 3, Lemon Drop off of the Supermarket album. This came in just outside of my worst songs list for 2019, but it probably should have made the actual top 25. I mean, a dishonorable mention is still very bad, but this song is genuinely awful. I mean, the fact that he feels like he's trying to like really pick up the flow and tempo, and he feels like he's onto something, or at least he thinks he's onto something, it's really painful to watch. You just kind of feel the secondhand embarrassment. Logic is so surface level as it is. When he tries to expand himself and do something like this, a little bit more of his rock side mixed with the rap, it's just almost something that you can universally band together, put up a shield of cringe up against and say, no Logic, we banish you!
Dear future husband, here's a few things you need to know.
Number 2, Dear Future Husband by MEGHAN Trainor. Do you want to hear a list of commands and honeydews that you will definitely have to do in order to win your chance at being MEGHAN Trainor's husband? Well, for more on that, we go live to our correspondent Daryl Sabrera, also known as Junie from the Spy Kids saga. Daryl?
We finished each other's sentences.
Well, that sounds like an absolute nightmare. MEGHAN Trainor was full of those on her debut album Tidal, though, including All About That Bass, which we will not talk about or speak of in this household. But this track, Dear Future Husband, is so unapologetically awful. It steals from the whole doo-wop scene. It's not even influence. It's just like she's trying to mime exactly what it did. And then she puts herself in there like, oh, I'm this cute little housewife, except, oh, I got a twist. I'm not really a housewife. You're gonna do everything for me because that's what equality's all about, baby. Get the fuck out of here with that, Megan. That makes no sense to me. This song is so bad that I have to laugh at it to remind myself that she was probably pretty serious when not only writing that, but her other hits, if we'll call them that, like No, and all of the others that I don't even care to remember the name of.
I won't waste words on you. Fuck it all.
Dare I raise my hand and say, a lot of us probably saw this one coming. I knew it before I even started writing the list, but at number 1, they gave me a whole lot to choose from. It's Boots and Blood off of the album Got Your Six by the metal band Five Finger Death Punch. We've had a field day with their recent material, as their past 4 albums or so have just been total dude bro fest, where they feel jacked up on steroids and bad testosterone that's just putting off all the wrong vibes, and it's coming off as toxic and all of these other things that I don't even want to get into. Five Finger Death Punch should not be taken seriously, yet they take themselves so incredibly seriously. How do people like this band? How do you listen to a song like Boots and Blood and not just fall on the floor laughing? The opening lyric to this song is one word, put it into action. Fuck! And it's just a bunch of F-bombs throughout the entire song. I mean, have a gander at these lyrics. Just look at this. There's no variety in there whatsoever. There's nothing creative. It's just, fuck all you this, F all you this, F you, F you, F you, middle finger, you don't understand me, Boots and Blood. I'm out here doing my thing because I'm Ivan fucking Moody, and I got a Monster Energy sponsorship, bitch. The way that Ivan writes his lyrics, it feels like he's a middle school bully that grew up in the 1980s and just never changed. His same outlook on life, and it's never his fault. It's always somebody else. Oh, that was Timmy, that was Ryan, that wasn't me, that was Zoltan, that was our guitarist, that wasn't me having a breakdown, that wasn't me doing this behind the scenes. Yes, I know that he's cleaned up his act. That's great that he's not using anymore. I feel fantastic about that, and I'm happy for him as a human being. But as a music listener, I have to beg you to stop putting out these things that are so incredibly soulless that all we can do is laugh. Because if we don't laugh, we're gonna die from the insanity. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of 7 on Sunday. I'm glad that I got this off my chest, these unintentionally hilarious songs. Let me know what you thought of the list, drop a like on the video, and subscribe for the love of music. You can watch another episode of SOS by tapping here, or tap here for a random album review. I don't even know what I'm gonna put there, but if you click it, I think you'll be rewarded graciously. Other than that, socials in the description, and I'll see you soon for more on ARTV.